Mikey O'Shea, best known as the Irish Juggernaut, has been blazing the indie wrestling scene for over 15 years. Now, after recently obtaining the SoCal Heavyweight Championship for Relentless Pro Wrestling, we take a moment and a stroll down memory lane with this juggernaut of professional wrestling.
We are here at Pacifica High School. This was my high school. I graduated almost 20 years ago. A lot of things have changed here. This building's the same, thank God. But this wasn't here. That building wasn't there. A lot of things could change in 20 years, but the heart remains the same. I became a wrestling fan at the very end of my 6th grade year. Back then, I wasn't really into wrestling until the year 2000. But before then, after every time I would watch Power Rangers, WWF would come on. And even before I was a wrestling fan, I would just enjoy watching The Undertaker. I thought he was the coolest thing. Then in the year 2000, a friend of mine said, "Hey, you should watch SmackDown. The Undertaker's back." And I'm like, "What's SmackDown?" I thought WWF shows were just called WWF. And then after a whole year of being a fan, around 2001, after I just watched SmackDown at the Honda Center, formerly known as Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim, I finally said to myself, you know what? I want to do this. So during high school years, all my classmates, they can vouch for me. Like, I wouldn't shut the hell up about wanting to be a wrestler. I was a handful. So I didn't do regular classes. I actually did special ed and resource. Like, let's just say this. If I really tried, I'm pretty sure I can make an 8-season series of reality television of classmates inside a classroom called Special Ed and Resources, because we were a handful. We had a lot of growing up to do. To all the teachers that dealt with me and dealt with those classmates, I'm sure I could speak for them. Thank you for your patience, and you guys were amazing. You see that parking lot over there where you drop off everybody? Take a look over there real quick. That's where you're not supposed to go to drop off students, because it gets jammed easily. And being me, I don't normally head to school till like maybe 10 minutes prior to the bell, because that's not very responsible, but I digress. My mother decided to drop me off in the front instead of back there like they normally should. So we were at the middle of that road where you make the left turn right there, and we were running out of time. So I was ready to just get out of the car and just halfway crosswalk from the streets. And the moment I got out of my car, I kid you not, a cop car drives right by me. Ticket! So I'm looking at school, I'm looking at my mom, I'm looking at the school, I'm looking at my mom, and she literally yells with the windows up, but I can see what she's saying. "Get your ass back in the car!" I hid, he couldn't find me, got the day off. Mikey beats the cops, 1-0. Yeah, so first things first, this is Valley View Lanes, but not the same Valley View Lanes I grew up. It changed during the pandemic, so now it looks a lot more fancy. But back in the day, this was where I would go during my childhood, because as I mentioned before, I did special ed and resource in elementary, intermediate, and high school. And during elementary and intermediate, mostly 4th grade through 8th grade, once a month, every Monday, we would walk from our school all the way down here to Valley View Lanes and play 2 games each. Our teacher at the time, her name was Mrs. Solido. If you ever see this video, I love you and I miss you. She made a deal to anyone that if they get a split and they still manage to hit the pins to get the split, she'll buy them lunch. And I'm proud to say she bought me lunch 3 times. It's so fancy. Literally feels like a hideout in a Power Ranger show. I love it. This right here is my movie theater. For the longest time, for over about 30 years now. 4-Star Cinema. It was called 4-Star Cinema because they had 4 movies at once back in the day, but ever since the pandemic happened, they merged 2 theaters into one, so now they have like 2 or 3 movies every week. Also in 2008, my first job ever in my life. was right here. I remember at one point in like around 2010 to before 2020, they were going to try and close this down for apartments. But thankfully that didn't happen because it would be heartbreaking to get rid of this theater.
Yeah.
See, they used to have 4 theaters, but during the pandemic, they merged both. They merged that section with that section to make one gigantic theater, and then they got the 2 originals right there. I'm so glad you guys got recliners now. I appreciate you guys. This is one of my favorite places when I was a kid, and still is. I love movies, so I'm glad this place is still around, especially since you can watch everything digitally now. So
Yeah, very true.
I only lasted for 2 months because, unfortunately, I'm sure everyone's first job, they're a little sloppy. My worst enemy was the popcorn kettle. No matter how hard I tried to clean that popcorn kettle to the point where I can't feel my wrist anymore, I can't ever clean that properly. And everyone that's like half my size, 100 pounds, they can easily clean it. But me, for some reason, that popcorn kettle just hated my guts, and also had to worry about getting my hand burned the entire time. And of course, customers asking for popcorn while I'm trying to clean the popcorn kettle because we're getting close to closing. I digress. Very irresponsible of me for my first ever job, but I still love coming here, even after I quit my job, respectfully. But yeah, this was my movie theater. Nearly 16 years of doing this. I found out that the next show at Relentless Pro Wrestling is going to be here, finally in my backyard, Garden Grove, California. I've wrestled all over Orange County, Buena Park, Anaheim, Orange, Tustin, Huntington Beach, Seal Beach, Long Beach, Westminster, Los Alamitos, but never legitimately in Garden Grove. So this means a lot to me. Come July 12th,